I'm Jamie the Haymaker here, and I'm here with one of Danny Dyer's hardest men, Ian Butlin.
One of. Not the.
Oh, sorry, the hardest.
Yeah,
sorry, I'll restart that. Danny Dyer's hardest man,
Ian M16 Butlin. So here we've got two good fighters. We've got a guy, Matty Holmes from Chester Submission 1-0, and we've got Robbie Nicholson from the infamous 12 gauge MMA from Stockport. He's 1-1.
Now, with 12 gauge MMA, tell us a little bit about them, Ian. You know a fair bit about their coach, don't you?
Oh, of course. I trained with Matt Thorpe for about 10 years. Very, very good fighter. Absolutely amazing split decision win against Dan Hardy, and it was a win.
It was, definitely.
In my opinion. But, he also fought with me on the England M1 team, had some, good success out there. He fought, he's fought in Russia before that. Very, very good fighter. And the way that he's showing these fighters, he's got Simon Holm there in the corner. He's got some good guys who are coming through, and every single bit of experience that he's learned, he's passing on to his fighters. Maybe you could possibly say a better coach than he was a fighter, and he was a good fighter.
Absolutely, I think he's done a superb job. And I know 12 gauge took a few fights on last minute notice and gone in and absolutely destroyed people. I've seen that several times in the past year or so.
But again, Chester Submission, no mugs.
Exactly. Matty Holmes, it's his first, he won his first fight by rear naked choke on Manchester FC 1. He's got a boxing background, and he's done a lot of no-gi jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he's a big, strong, athletic guy as well. We've got a guy there, Matty Holmes from Ellesmere Port, Robbie Nicholson, Stockport. Two of our biggest ports in the country.
Yeah, massive ports. Both big ports.
Big ports of dock workers, strong.
Strong like bull on dock.
So at the moment, not too much going on here, nothing dangerous, nothing looking like a finish to the fight.
Yeah, he's, Matty Holmes is doing exactly the same as what one of his teammates did earlier on, which is get into guard and start throwing a few shots. But we've seen what happened to his teammate before, who got subbed in the third round after dominating for the first two. You've got to be very, very careful. And against someone from a 12 gauge background who usually have very good submissions, you've got to be very careful, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. But he does look big and strong, he's using that strength well. They're in a bit of a stalemate here. Brad Coleman might stand them back up. When we talk about, you've got guys from Yorkshire, you talk about that farmer strength, and that's something. I remember a fighter I had from Chester years ago. It was very close to Ellesmere Port. We went down to Chester and said, "Oh, let's go to Ellesmere Port. I've heard it's all right." He said, "Do you remember that bar in Star Wars?" He says that's what Ellesmere Port's like.
So Ian, did they call you farmer strength as well? Because you're from Yorkshire.
No, I just never had it.
You never had
it's a gift I didn't have, yeah.
You never had the farmer strength.
So we've run out a whole round there without really discussing the fight.
Yeah, so tell me about the fight there, Ian.
It's a skill in itself. Like I say, it's been a bit of a stalemate, really. Nothing much going on. If I was in the corner now for 12 gauge with Matt Thorpe, I was saying, look, you need to try and work that striking, try and get yourself. He needs to use technique here. I think it's quite evident that Matty Holmes is a stronger fighter. Not a massive amount between the two in skill, but Robbie Nicholson didn't do very much there from the bottom position.
Yeah, he didn't, and I totally agree with that, mate. And I think, he got taken down. What does annoy me sometimes is obviously the wrestler on top who's holding on, not really throwing a great deal of shots, not really doing much from the top position, but he's still winning the round, isn't he? But yeah. He's an annoying position to be in from the bottom. But you've got to start throwing submissions up, haven't you? Or sweeps.
That's right, definitely. You see Matt there, very composed, just telling his fighter nice, simple instructions. I'm interested to see how this pans out, because I think there is definitely a strength difference between the two.
Yeah, I think Matty Holmes looks the bigger of the two. Realistically, he's a much wider guy, isn't he? But Robbie Nicholson, again, he's a very tough kid. He's fought on Manchester FC twice now. He lost his first with a split decision to Dawid Zan, which is a very, very good scrap. And then he won his last one against Dan Christiansen, who's part of the same team from Chester as well. But he's caught in an arm triangle there.
Yeah, that was a very quick snatch of that arm triangle. He's in a bad position. This could be over. Yeah,
it looks like it is. He just needs to. He's tightening the grip, isn't he?
He needs to tighten it. It doesn't look like he's got it tight. His hand's on his wrist rather than deep through. It doesn't look like he's got it deep.
It's a nasty position to be in, though, and he can tie you out from the bottom position, but he can also tie you from the top.
He can also tie you from the top, yeah, if you're doing it when you can't actually finish it.
So he's used that to step over now, hasn't he, Ian?
Yeah, so now what he needs to do is clear his head, lift himself up, posture up and get some power in some strikes and maybe set up a submission or finish from ground and pound. He won't do that while his head's tied up. Punches to the body are not going to finish a fight.
But he's not trying to posture up, is he? At all.
No, he needs to clear. Oh, now he's looking to do it. He's looking to get his head up. And you see the swim those arms down or just clear the head, press up off the face. That's what he needs to do there.
Yeah, Robbie Nicholson looks in a bit of deep waters there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he definitely, though, Matty Holmes looks to be more wanting to go for the submission than the strikes.
And
this could be the end.
That looks sunk, but yeah, he does. He definitely looks sunk, but he's not got the arm across, has he?
No, but he's pushing his hips in well. Robbie Nicholson's not going to give up, but he's giving away the position there. Yeah,
I don't quite get why he did that then.
Well, he's not gone for a tight arm triangle. It's like he just doesn't quite have that finishing finesse. He's been in a position 2 or 3 times now to finish submission and just doesn't quite have that finish with him.
And kind of sat on it. But you've got to be very careful, haven't you, of gassing your arms out there.
Yeah, but I think if you're in a position where you to finish submission, you just go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. At the moment, Robbie's got himself right back into the game. He's pulled guard. He's got himself in a guard. He's just sort of maybe having a little bit of a breather now, holding on, controlling the wrists. And now he can maybe start controlling the head and working the legs up. Matt T, famous for his guard game. Very, very good, strong guard game. I imagine his fighters are going to be similar. Look, the AC starting to climb him up. He's got the head control. This is more of, what I sort of expect. Looking for the triangle setup.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, you're absolutely correct there. Matt Thorpe's lads are always known for the guard game, including people like Ian Buckley, who's going for the FCC welterweight title. He's won four fights. I think it's 4-0 now at Amateur A.
I refereed his last fight on UCC where he was taking a fair beating in the first round, but looking for submissions, and he pulls off a submission
against Chris Leeson.
That's exactly right.
And he got a triangle on him.
Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah, he's a very tough kid. But Matt's lads always do this. In fact, I think I've seen more triangle chokes from 12 gauge than anywhere else.
Yeah, probably. Well, Matt, like I said, I trained in the gym with Matt for a very, very long time, and that triangle is hard to avoid.
But at the minute, his lad is behind 2 rounds to 0 on the judges' cards, I would say.
It definitely is, but if I was him, I'd be very confident in the fact that this fight's not going to get finished by Matty Holmes. He just doesn't seem to be able to press that final button. Do
you think would that spur you on in a fight, Ian, to go for the finish now? If you was Robbie Nicholson and you knew you're not going to be finished, would you go for that now?
My coach now in the corner would spur me on, saying, look, you're 2 rounds down. You need to do something serious about this before, otherwise you're going to lose the fight.
Absolutely. So great night here at Ice FC in Earlham. Really big show, and it's going well, isn't it, Ian?
Well, it's a packed arena, can see people pushing up against the fences. Great atmosphere. I can't wait for these main events because a lot of the people look to be sort of waiting for that.
Yeah, there's some really good scraps on in this later on the card with the main event, Billy Glossop versus Jack McGann.
Yeah, 2 guys I've seen a lot of. I've seen probably all of both of the fights. Commentated on Billy, commentated on Jack. I'm really looking forward to that fight. There's a lot of unanswered questions and questions posed by that matchup. So
absolutely. So on to round 3. So Matty Holmes really taking advantage so far. He's gone in with a big overhand right there and a takedown.
Yeah, so there he didn't want to touch gloves. He's gone in. He's got the takedown, but he's sat in the corner there with the 12 gauge guys. This could be, if Robbie Nicholson can listen to his corner, this could be the best place for him to be. Obviously not under half guard. I mean, like in the cage.
Yeah, I mean he's not really throwing. The chest submission guys so far have been very impressive from the top, but not throwing enough shots to finish a fight, have they?
No. Again, they're just missing that final piece for the finishing because they've got good positioning. They're sort of dominating maybe takedowns and positioning without being able to finish the fight.
Bit of knee on belly there, and he steps over into full mount, and now
you'd like to see it try and get a finish here,
But you know what? Robbie Nicholson's just not giving up, is he? From that bottom position, he's bucking out, he's moving around, and he's not giving up.
Now, I've always said, you know, in MMA, it's like a shark. You stop moving, you're dead. So if you're in the back and you stop moving, that's it, you're over. But Robbie Nicholson non-stop, you know, he's moving, he's switching his hips, he's turning onto his front, turning onto his back, trying to get the hips up. He's doing the right things to defend, but all he is doing is defending.
Yeah, that's it, and that's been the problem so far. And defending from the bottom does not win your fights, does it, at all?
Yeah, and for me, this fight's never looked like a difference in class or technique. It's just looked. Matt Hughes just looks like the stronger fighter of the two.
Yeah, definitely. I think we thought that from the start, didn't we? He looked the stronger in the first round, and he's continued that for all 3 rounds so far. And as we close off with in the third round, he's still on top position. He's still throwing shots.
Yeah,
although
right.
He doesn't look like he's going to finish, does he?
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it doesn't seem to have that final bit. But you know, the story of the fight has been he's taken him down. He's got control. He's controlled that top position. And again, here he's got the arm triangle. Like to see him just get that right arm deeper through onto the elbow, squeeze everything in tight, and get the finish. But
he's letting go again there.
Yeah.
Do you think it's something that's built in you to finish people, Ian?
Possibly, but I'm wondering whether it's just that they don't they don't grapple enough in the gloves, because the tightness of the submissions maybe seems to be that just he's not used to wearing the gloves, or I don't know. But this is better. That's some better strikes there. You know, he's actually putting something into them. But again, he's not putting them together. You know, lands 1 or 2 and then backs back off. Yeah, you know, if he could land 3 or 4 of them, the referee back home would have no choice but to stop this fight.
Absolutely. And it's, you know, we're coming to the end of the third round, and it's an inevitable decision for me that Matty Holmes has won this fight. But you know, I mean, Robbie Nicholson's not give up. He's took some shots.
No, Robbie can hold his head high, and I think Matty Holmes he just needs to sort of work on getting the icing on the cake.